Hi everyone, it's me, Mel, also known as Melissa Ann to my fellow NDEers on Facebook. Today I'm going to talk a lot about spirituality, death, and out-of-body and near-death experiences. Now, if you know anything about near-death experiences and out-of-body experiences at all, they're actually a lot more common than you would think that they are. I've heard people from all walks of life share these stories. I've heard of some amazing tales of near-death experiences where people end up in these beautiful gardens and all their past loved ones are there to greet them, but they can't get into the garden, and that's at the point where they come back to their body. My experience isn't anything nearly as amazing as that, but I would still say it's pretty profound. So we're going to get into the details of that. So when I was 6 years old, I had a seizure. I was a child that was prone to seizures, and on this particular day, I had been without oxygen for so long that my heart actually stopped. My mother did call 911, and this is at the point where my out-of-body experience occurred. I just remember seeing my mother carrying my body around the side of the building that we lived in at the time, with my limp little legs bouncing with each of her hurried steps, and I remember the EMTs running towards her to work on me. And that's the extent of what I saw visually that occurred. So if you think about that, what I'm about to tell you really only happened in the matter of a minute. And it was a very detailed experience that I did have out of my body. So I guess we'll get into it. So it's not what I saw when this occurred that is really what's profound. It's what I felt and what I experienced. So basically, I was out of my body viewing the scene from approximately 15 feet in the air. I was not connected to my earthly body at all. Like, I had no care for what was going on at all. Didn't seem to care that I was dead. And there was this warm light. Now, a lot of NDEers will say that they didn't feel any physical things while they were dead, or hear anything, or no senses at all, no touch or taste or any of that. But I do remember feeling the warmth of this bright light that was wrapping all around me. It was coming from behind me and shining these bright rays of light just past me, and it was so warm. And behind me in this light, I could feel just a massive collective consciousness. I could feel all the souls that have ever been on this earth with me at that moment, welcoming me. It was just a unconditional love that I felt. And this place just felt so familiar, like it felt like home. I felt with me the presence of souls that haven't even reached Earth yet, babies that had been unborn at that point. And this is why I strongly believe in reincarnation. I believe because this place that I went to when I passed was so familiar and felt like the true home, and Earth does not feel like the true home, that we are born basically from the same place that we go when we die. Now, there's a lot of skepticism about this comment, and I'm sorry if I'm stepping on any religious toes with these comments, but there's really any explanation for what I experienced and what I felt, but all I can do is tell you my account of this experience. So this is actually the second time I've only admitted it to one person that I'm going to admit this, and you may think I'm batshit crazy already, so I don't care. But I also felt the energy of trees, water, rocks, all things that basically everything has an energy. I wouldn't even say living things. You may pick up a rock and think it's just a rock, but that rock has an energy source inside of it, and it is vibrating in this oneness that I felt when I don't hate the phrase crossed over, because I feel like crossed over sounds permanent, and I don't feel like we go to a different place when we die. I feel like it exists as planes, like little pieces of paper stacked on top of each other. So basically where we go when we die is here. And that's why you may find that you feel the energy of past loved ones around you, because they are still here. It's just in a different form. I don't believe that, your soul shoots out in outer space and goes to heaven or anything like that. So yeah, that's basically my experience. Yeah. Please don't think I'm batshit crazy, but I wanted to share that with the world, and I was hoping this would be a much longer video, but it's much easier to write about than it is to speak about, I have found, because I can sit there and I can really like think back and put myself in that place that I was in. And when I'm speaking about it, I'm just so excited to speak about it. And I'm so nervous to speak about it, as you'll learn when you hear the radio interview that I just did. It's pretty terrible. Hopefully he edits it and makes me sound like an intelligent human being, because I am not. So yeah, if you have any questions, please drop them below. I would love to hear even the negative things you have to say, because whatever, don't hold it in. I'm a human being, I can take it. But if you have any questions or just any comments, please drop them in the comment section. I would love to hear what you have to say. Thanks for your time and thanks for listening.